boys and girls, let's have some fun and draw today. Your parents are welcome. Anyone is really welcome in your household to join you. See if we can have some fun. Today's drawing is recommended for kindergartners. We will be doing a very happy snail over here. I know you've been practicing your spirals in your shape, so that'll make it nice and easy for us to make. And again, we just thought we'd do a fun picture today. So we'll do our shapes and then we'll get started. Let's start with our shapes. I'm going to use a marker so you can see better. Remember to hold onto your paper with one hand, draw with the other hand. The first shape is a circle. Anywhere on your paper, you can use a scrap piece of paper also. Next shape is a dot. It's a circle, but we color it all the way in, so we call it a dot. The next, do you remember the name of this line? Very good, boys and girls. Horizontal. Can we all say that together? Horizontal line. Next line, you remember that one? Vertical. Very good. Vertical line. Very good. We have one more line. Remember the name of that one? Diagonal. Very good, boys and girls. Let's say it together. Diagonal line. Okay. Then we have our half circles. A U. An upside down U. Looks like a rainbow. A C and a backward C. All of these are half circles. If we put them together, it would make a full circle. Then we have our angled lines, which are our V's. A regular V, an upside down V, which looks like an A without the crossbar, a sideways V, and another sideways V. Very good. Then we have a slightly curved line. Remember, it is not as curved as our upside down U or rainbow. It's not as straight as our straight line. That's why we call it a slightly curved line. Then we have our lazy S. Our lazy S laying down or horizontally, we call a hill and a valley. And then we've been doing spirals lately, which is just fun. So remember, you start in the middle. Looks like you're going to do a circle, but you go past that point and just keep going around. And remember, they make wonderful snails. That's why they're fun. All right, so those are our shapes. Remember, we're going to do them before every project because it just makes it easier for us to draw. Okay, so you finished your shapes. All you really need is a piece of paper and a pencil and eraser today. If you want to color it in later with some crayons, markers, pastels, anything you have at home is fine. All right, boys and girls, let's get in our good habits. Think about first which way you want your paper. I'm going to have mine the horizontal way or long way so that I can fit in a nice big snail with some beautiful mountains in the background. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with his eyes. So you decide where your eyes are going to go. I'm going to put mine right about here on the paper, boys and girls. So I have room for his head and a body and a nice big shell. Okay, so I'm going to start with my eye. I'm going to make a circle for my eye. Go ahead and put a finger in between the next eye and give me another circle. Now, boys and girls, however you do the inside is up to you. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and start to put another dot close to the bottom and looking this way. I want my snail looking this way. So this one also, I'm going to start with a dot. I might leave a little dot, open air or open spot and not make it a full dot. So he's got a little white shining through there. I like those eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and go on. If you'd like to give him eyelashes, a couple little slightly curved lines is fine. If you want an eyebrow, you can do that too. For his nose, boys and girls, we're just going to do two little dots right there. One there and one there. So you see we're in the middle of the eyes, but we're down a little bit. We just did two little dots. Now, I'm not going to do his smile yet. I'm going to close his face in first, okay? Because notice that my smile is just like a half smile, and it starts on the side of his face. So we have to know where that is first, all right? I'm going to close him in with a half circle this way and a half circle this way, okay? So here's my C and my backward C. I don't want a real big circle like this. So watch me first, boys and girls. I'm going to start just above the eyes with my half circle and a little bit of space under my 2 spots for my nose, but not too much. I'm going to hold on to my paper so it doesn't slip. I'm going to touch the top of this, and now my other half circle. So I've closed him in. Now we can go ahead. I did some cheeks. I did a circle there and a circle there for his cheeks. You can color those in later, either pink or red or whatever you'd like. For his mouth, remember I said how it's just a half of his mouth is showing. So it starts right here under his nose. Do a slightly curved line to the end of my face right here. I'm going to put a little comma or curved line here. And then I gave him some lips. If you like that, you can do that. If you don't like it, you can leave it just the way you want, just like this. Or you can even do a different smile. You know that, boys and girls, right? There's no wrong or right way of doing this. Okay, just try to show you the easiest and the most fun. So for the lips, I just did one upside down U and another upside down U. And maybe you'd like to color that in red. I just did it in black. You decide what looks best to you, okay, boys and girls? Now we have a couple more things to do for our snail. Look at the top of his head. We're going to touch it and make a line up. Back to the head, another line up. We're going to close that in with either a line or slightly curved, you decide. On the top of that, I'm going to do an upside down U. Then we need to put some antennas on him, right? So the way I did it is I slightly curved line up, and I made it thicker, boys and girls. So another slightly curved line up. Now you decide if you just want a dot on the end of it. I put some flowers on the end of mine. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side first. So a slightly curved line, I'm going in that direction, out to my paper here. And touch the head again, and another slightly curved line out. So I'm going to put a circle on the end of this. But like I said, if you'd like to continue this with a flower, I did little flowers on here. If you want to know how I did the flower, all I did is around that circle, now just make half circles, right? Or upside down U's. So if you like the way that looks, boys and girls, you can do that. I'll do it on the other side. So remember, this is the start of my inside of my flower. One upside down U. Just keep going till it's all filled in. He's rather cute, I think. So now we'll go on for his body. For his body, look at the shape, boys and girls. It's a long line, and then we curve and come back. So it's just a really long U, isn't it? I'm going to start right here on my snail's face, and I'm going to make a nice long line. When I think it's big enough, I'm going to curve around and come back up to his face. Okay? So good job, boys and girls. We finished the body of our snail, and now we get to do the shell, which is so much fun. Remember, you've been practicing spirals. So they start in the middle, and we want to make sure that we go up, not down this time. Okay, so watch me. I'm going to start right about here. I want to give it a pretty good shell. Okay, so here's the start. I'll make a little dot so you can see where I'm going to start. Remember, I'm going to start to make a circle in this direction. Okay, so watch me. I'm going to go in this direction. Now remember how spirals work. Just keep going around it and around. Hold on to your paper so it doesn't slip. I can do, I think, one more. And then I'm going to hit my shell. Did you see how that worked? And then you can do just a wiggly line to close it in. All right? So you decide how many times you're going to go around before you can hit the body. And then you're going to close it in with a little wiggly line. Now, I did a little more for this snail. As you can see, I did a little like a base for him. So we're going to do that now, if you like it. You start right here with a diagonal line out. I'm going to go to the back of my shell with a diagonal line out. Where I stopped, I'm going to make a half circle right there. See, so it means I'm going to change directions. I'll do it over here for you too. A little half circle in that way, okay? Facing inside. And then all you have to do is close it in with a straight line. And there you've got your cute little snail. So let's talk about our snail. He's usually outside, so we can give him some grass, right? So you can do grass. Sometimes I do upside down V's. I kind of like how that looks. When you hit your snail, remember what you say. Excuse me, right? When you bump into something, we say, excuse me. Hop all the way over here and continue with my grass. Now, if you'd like to put some flowers here, I did the same flower as there. Remember to give it a stem and some leaves. So your flowers can be down here. You can have more flowers up here above your grass. You can make your flowers any way you want. If you have a different way of making flowers, you know, Miss Yvonne always loves that. So if you'd like to put some flowers down here and decorate his ground for him, I think that would be wonderful. But let's talk about the rest of our picture. We know he's outside because he's on grass. And in this picture, I know he's outside because I have my sun and I have hills, right? Because they're kind of pointy. So I'm going to make a sun again. I'm going to do just half of my sun. The other half's off the paper. I like to do long triangle and then a little triangle. It's a pattern, boys and girls. So see my pattern? Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. If you would like to make a pattern with your sun rays, you may do so. Then, if you like your picture just like that, that's fine. But if you'd like to add a mountain or two behind it, remember hills are more rounded like this. Maybe you'd like more of a hill. So I have a few hills around this one. I changed it a little bit. This time I really did. I did mountains here, and I left a little snow on the top of them. So if you like the way I did that, you can do it that way. Or if you like just the soft little hills, you can draw it that way, boys and girls. However it pleases you. Now remember the last important thing to do when you're all finished. You're going to sign your name because you are the artist, and artists sign their name on the front. And I'm going to put my date. Okay? Boys and girls, I hope you had some fun with me today and enjoyed drawing our nice big snail. And I hope you have fun coloring it in. And I'll see you next time. I miss you all. Bye-bye.